Okay, part two. Let's just start it.
And we're back to part two with your host, Jackie Rodman. I own Local Aesthetics, and I'm here with my co host, Sergeant Rodman.
Oh God, come on, Jackie. It's embarrassing.
um, we are here to talk about. We, I shouldn't sigh. We're here to talk about politics and business, but we're not going to get too into what our political views are, but we're going to comment on what we think should and shouldn't be said on your business page to your clients and things like that. So, I'm just going to start off by saying with who was reelected, at least for me, I saw a lot on business pages in particular saying like, "Oh no, like this is horrible." But for me, just personally, I think as a business you should be very neutral. And even with certain things like happening just in politics, like continuously commenting on it is just like not necessary.
If there's big events like a war, like if 9/11, for example, like everybody became political at that point,
Hmm.
just for that span because of what happened to us. I think that's totally cool. Like,
That's completely fair.
yeah, but
I mean,
if you're like a celebrity or a musician or like I
hmm
go to a business to get, I don't know, I'll say massage, whatever. I go
we're not
there.
talking about you, Claudia.
Yeah, no, not
Claudia,
Claudia.
we're
No,
not
not at
talking
all.
about you.
I don't go there to. I go there to relax or escape. That's why I listen to music or I listen or I watch football, for example. I don't go there to be told how I should think or feel based on the current situation at the time. It's like everybody
Mm-hmm.
has their opinion. But if I was to own a business, unless something big was to happen, I would keep it neutral because in my mind, that's people coming to see me for my works, not for my thoughts. Now, if someone asks me, I'll be truthful with them and tell them how I feel. Yeah, I'm not going to censor it, but I think it's getting a little ridiculous, in my opinion, how people are trying to be social advocates for every single thing, whether it be for Israel, for Palestine, for these rights, that rights. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't ask you, in my mind, for your opinion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for a service, not a political spiel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's kind of how I want. I guess we'd start. I don't know.
I've never had one client ask me my political views ever in my 4 years. I've never had someone ask me, but I've had people, of course, share with me what their opinions were on certain subjects or whatever. What do I say? I don't say, "Damn," like, like no. I as the provider, I'm just there to listen to you with any problem you have. I've had so many people with different political views, different religious views, and honestly, I don't care. I'm there to serve you, whether you believe in trees or you believe in grass. That didn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all.
That didn't make any sense. I didn't know what else to say. But I don't, I don't care like what you believe in. I'm there to just make your day better at the end of the day. So I'm literally just there to listen. I mean, sometimes I'll comment just on like personal circumstances, or they're like, "Oh, what do you think about this guy I'm seeing?" Then as a woman, I'm like, "Well, I see all the red flags right now," but that's a whole nother topic. um, Obviously, I tell people, I'm there for as your skin therapist. I'm not there as your actual therapist. Even though I did study psychology and people like know that, I'm like, hey, I'm I'm just here to listen to you and just to help you with whatever skin condition or whatever you have going on and offer continued support. Like I'm very I'm very kind to anyone who walks in my door.
I guess I'm speaking from a customer perspective. I own a business.
He's speaking from a
So,
customer perspective.
like,
Obviously,
I don't know what I've seen. I guess I could just relate to this is what I've been getting tattooed since 2009.
hmm
And I pretty much know what artists I ever went to, what their beliefs were, and what their feelings were with certain world events via their Instagram page. But they never once pushed it on their Instagram page, or like the only reason I ever knew is when it came election time, they would just post something like, "Hey, this is who I'm voting for." And it'd be a sticker, like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Like, freedom
I
as your First Amendment right to do that. I have no
yeah,
issue with that, but it's the they was never brought up during my many sessions with them, or now we'd sometimes talk about like we would have differences and talk about it, and that's no big deal. Like that's what we should do. I hate the fact that we can't talk with anybody anymore because we have differences, and
hmm
it immediately either the other person because they disagree with you is racist or homophobic or whatever ism or ick or whatever the heck they label themselves nowadays. Like the fact that I can't have a conversation with someone that's disagree with me just frustrates me.
right, yeah. You're like just immediately put in this box if you say if you're on one side or the other. And that's not how it should be,
Because
right?
if I'm a customer too, I'm thinking like, all right, if this person disagrees with me, are they going to do something to my services? Like, okay, if I'm getting, I don't know, probably extreme here, chiropractic. For the most part, I disagree with most of chiropractic beliefs in the sense of like religious beliefs, most likely, and their hippie ways. I don't believe in half that crap. But sometimes it feels good. But if I disagree with them and they're too on that far side of like, well, he's this and this and this because he doesn't agree with me, are they going to purposely hurt me? Sometimes that goes through my head.
Mm,
Like, is that a possibility? I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised either if people do go to that extreme. That's almost what it seems like in today's world is, well, you don't agree with me, so instantly you are the worst person in the world. Versus when I don't know when we were growing up, and granted this was we're only 34, she's 30. Like it wasn't that long ago. We used to be have a conversation with people, and it wasn't a huge deal if you disagree. Like
hmm
I think I've been called racist and homophobic and whatever term they can think of nowadays at least 10 or 15 times in the past 2 years versus the 32 years before that where I wasn't called anything for disagreeing with someone. And
hmm
I don't know. I guess as a customer, I know listening, for example, to music, it's going to be everybody's gonna have their different. Beatles wrote about Vietnam all the time, and so did basically all the bands in the '60s. Vietnam was a hot topic, right? You knew what you're getting yourself into listening to that music if you disagreed with them. But it wasn't like very in your face, blunt. Nowadays, you have the music that obviously still changes towards whatever that person feels and believes, and it should be. That's their First Amendment right to feel that way. But then you got them on social media now. Now you throw on social media where it's every post is anti this, anti that. And it's like, man, we're just here to listen to your music, whether we agree with it or not, and just escape for a little bit. Like,
hmm
and same with movies. Robert De Niro, that dude turned to a freaking whack job. I loved all his movies growing up, but I liked his movies. I don't want to hear him attacking people that are different from him, which I am different from him. You know, it's like, oh, great. Now he thinks I'm XYZ.
Yeah, I feel like too, you go and listen to music, for example, to escape.
Mm-hmm.
You go to different businesses to escape, like the gym. Even you go to get coffee. You go just to relax. And sometimes when things are just blasting in your face, it's like, okay, why am I here? Like, this is just ruining it for me. Like, I came here just to, you know, escape from everything I'm seeing on my phone or,
I
you
think
know,
I think the one thing I'm all right with is religion in the sense of like, okay, I went to a gym that had a massive mural of Jesus on there. All right, I think that's dope because I have the same beliefs.
hmm
But if there's a gym that I don't know, Muslim for example, and they wanted to have a painting of their beliefs on their wall, well, if I know it's a Muslim establishment, I don't agree with it. I don't have to go there, right? I think religion is one of those things where it's kind of we're in America, you express your beliefs.
yeah, you have
Obviously,
the right to believe whatever you want.
Yeah,
That's like the best thing about living in America.
yeah. I can go on a different topic, which I won't. On our what I believe our founding is of this nation. But when it comes to just businesses, if you want to have your like a lot of my tattoo artists had a
Our fridge interrupted us. Continue.
whatever the again, I'm not really too good on other Eastern religions, but like Buddha and all that were in their shops and they would have whatever those sticks are that are incense burning and all that stuff and
Uh huh.
sage and all whatever different types of whatever they believed in.
I don't know if
No, I'm just
saging is
saying like
like
that was one thing one person had.
okay, okay.
So it was like a Native American thing. But like I they're in my mind, like, yeah, I don't agree with that stuff,
Mhm.
but I'm there for their service as a tattoo artist. As long as they're not putting like casting spells or whatever they're doing anything bad, like that would
Casting
yeah,
spells.
like as long as they're not doing anything bad to me personally, then I'm okay. This is America, they're allowed to express their opinion
Mhm.
on religion. So I think religion is kind of one of those one things where I'm like, well, yeah, go for it. I think politics though is the one thing where I'm just like, hey, keep it to yourself until it's election time. Go ahead, but the constant overbearing lately is just it's getting to be everyone wants to be a social advocate for something.
Uh
I don't
huh.
know. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I don't care if people say post like a sticker like I voted. I mean, people should vote, right?
Yeah,
I just don't care like who you voted for.
yeah.
And
It never became really an issue until we could say Trump in 2016. Like it really was never an issue. Obama was kind of I remember growing up kind of an issue in
I think
high
that's where
school,
it
but
I think that's where it started.
yeah, and
And then it just kept going like downhill from there. Like each president since
yeah,
Obama, it just started on this like downward spiral
and it was
of
just yeah. I think it was just a downward spiral, and it really just have gotten generally worse. Even if the person, whoever you vote for, wasn't in your mind bad, it just seems to have spiraled down, and now no one can accept who you voted for.
not only that too. Feel like just we're pinned against each other too sometimes, and it's like we should just all agree to disagree at the end of the day. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, is it
Well,
worth losing like a friend over, a
well,
loved
really,
one, a client?
no matter who we vote for, they're gonna screw us over in the end. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
in my opinion, that's why I say religion. Like in my mind, Jesus is the only one's not gonna screw us over, but
Mhm.
humans are going to. I don't care who you voted for, whether it be Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush. They all
Mhm.
they're all working out for their own interests, and I think people get too sucked into who they voted for. Oh, they're going to save the United States. Man, the United States hasn't been saved in 60, 70 years. I'm like, probably not since our founding.
Yeah.
But I think we get too wrapped up that if we don't do this one thing, it's going to ruin the United States and the world. And it's like, no, it's not. It's, I think if there's certain things like charities or things like that make more of a difference. And I think if you want to advocate for like St. Jude or
Mhm.
Wounded Warriors or something like that. Just some random charity. Like, okay, I think that makes more of an impact than your political beliefs, in my opinion. I could be 100% wrong, but that's just kind of how I feel.
Yeah, that's where we're both at on the topic too. And just like we're not telling you what to do with your business. We're just talking. I'm talking as a business owner. He's talking about being a client and his perspective.
And I'll still go. Like, I went to businesses where I knew the person was, but I still went to businesses back in the day that
Hmm.
people were fanatical about Obama and fanatical about Biden because they had good services. I didn't really care. And some would preach to me. I was like, listen, dude, I'm not here to hear that. I'm here just for your services. Like, you can preach to somebody else. And I would still pay them. I would still go back to them because they were good. But when they would try to preach to me, it was like, hey, I'm not here for that right now. Like, if you want to talk politics, let's talk when I'm not paying you my money for a service. Let's just go get coffee and talk about it, right? I think
Hmm.
that's the difference. Is if you want to chat with somebody about it and you want to spread your knowledge, do it on the side, not when you're trying to get customers or you have a customer. with you.
Yeah, because I've
Sorry.
and I've heard of friends losing clients over things like this, and then it's like the business owner too firing clients over it. At that point, I don't think it's really necessary, to do something to that extreme. But it does happen. And I've seen business owners too post, on like they'll try and just post on their stories, but clients are still seeing your stories, so
The only time I think like again, I think we got into that trap of business owners being too political, so then they allow people to be political that work under them, and then if someone comes in that's different than them, then they fire that person. That becomes a whole mess. I think that starts at the top, but I don't know. It's never okay to like hide and like never advocate for things, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get a lot of crap for this, but I don't. I mean, whatever. Like,
well, it's tricky, and there's things that people really don't talk about that I just thought would be nice to talk about. Like this would be nice to talk about today.
it's a tricky time we live in with all this stuff, and I think people are getting too emotionally sucked in
Yeah.
into politics, where we just need to settle down and just be cool with each other again, and not
Hmm.
like hate each other for having different views. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Please, guys, we're asking. Let's be cool again. Let's still be friends. Please. Pinky swear with me that we'll still be friends. I'm trying to think of what else.
Like San Antonio was pretty like
Okay, okay. Stop you right there.
what
Any big city is going to be a little wild. That's what I'll say. But I, it's different every place we've lived in. It's been a different vibe each time. There was
so
a big mix, though.
there was a
I was
mix.
lucky to find people that did see what I saw and others that didn't, but it's not like I would be like, oh, you're not friends anymore. Like, I've never done that before, ever, unless someone was really like hounding me over it or just flat out was like, oh, I'm not going to be friends with you over it. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I've seen like even on Instagram posts like businesses where they're like, hey, we don't serve if you're
What?
like if you're in where they say to themselves like supporter, you can't. We don't want you here.
Oh,
Or
really?
oh yeah, that coffee shop that we went to down here when we first moved here, they were I saw a Joel sign that said like if you don't support us, like we don't want your business. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
that's
really?
pretty like
I
and
mean,
again
this
and
is.
again I'm not it's isolating a certain group of people, whether you agree with them or not. It's it could be the same for hey, if you don't support I don't know, freaking Santa Claus. Hell, I don't know. Like it could be literally anything wild. Like if you saying, hey, if you don't support XYZ, you're not welcome in this business. Like that's as a business owner, I don't think it's wise to do that because yeah, you're probably gonna drive away a lot of people. Or I don't know. I think there's also a fine line like if you don't want like I don't know, even if I was running a church, like a Satanist or a whatever different religious person came in, I would still be cool with them coming in. Like I would try to, since it's a church or an establishment, a Christian establishment, I'd try to tell them what I believe. But at the same time, I'm never going to turn somebody away just because they have a different belief than me. Again, that's if
Hmm.
I was a business owner, I'm not a business owner. I'm just a customer. So if I saw a sign like what I saw, I would be like, wow, all right, cool. I guess I'm not going to the establishment because they don't want me there, which I don't think that's freaking crazy. That people, that's what I'm getting at. It's just way more on both sides, left and right, way more fanatical nowadays than it was 20 years ago. Unless they just hit it better back then, I just never noticed it.
I mean, those are all my same thoughts about it. I don't think it's worth it to lose like clients over it. I don't think it's something that's necessarily needed like in your business either. I mean, we do facials as estheticians. I mean, that's just one thing. We do lashes and all that stuff too, but like that should be our focus is our work and our clients, our education, etc. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
I think that's I think that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I could go on for hours about this, but I think it's. I think I've said my piece. I think everybody kind of knows where I stand with it. So again, I'm not a business owner. I'm just a customer. So
Yeah, so you're seeing like both perspectives. But thank you guys for listening. Um I feel like I had updates for you guys, but I forget. Well, I guess the last update was our new dog. We already said that. Tyler will be leaving for Airborne soon. He'll be gone for 3 weeks.
that's why we're doing this part 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're doing 2 episodes just so, I mean, before y'all know it, he'll be back. At this stage, too, our first episode has aired. That was a major update, and we're really excited and thrilled by everybody's feedback. There were some technical errors in the beginning and through few podcasts as well. So my apologies. I'm learning and I'm getting better while each podcast goes. Sorry, Maverick is like he keeps
Dying
like
over here.
on and off snoring, but I keep trying to shake him awake. He's sweet though, but I don't want you guys thinking I'm like breathing heavily or something. um, but yeah, he'll be going to airborne school, and I'll probably just pre-record some episodes solo, because I might go out and see him. And any updates from you?
Nah, that's pretty much it. There's my bedtime.
What time is it?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So what we do, our filming strategy has been to wait for the kids to be asleep and then hit record. The Lord willing, the dogs, it took us a while for them to all stop sighing. It sorry. If you're listening to the audio only, my dog is in my lap and has been just sighing this whole time. But and we have to also take into account the dogs just moseying around too while we're filming. So it's like we have 3 dogs and 2 kids that we have to wait for them to settle down. I guess that's a drawback from filming at home, but then again, when we have spare time, we can just sit down and record. Our neighborhood's pretty quiet. We haven't had any sounds come from the outside.
No, yeah, we live in like I think 16 house neighborhood.
Yeah, literally. There are 16 houses in this neighborhood, and we live at the very end of the cul. Well, not the very end, but towards the end of the cul-de-sac. So there's only a couple houses near us. There's 2 older people on either side that don't make a peep.
Yeah, we never see them anyways.
We never see them. We never hear them. Who knows if they are even living there? I mean, I know they're living there. I see their cars like either gone or there. They're just super quiet, which is nice. Our dogs aren't. They probably both hate us, but
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a couple years anyway, so whatever.
they'll have to deal with us for a short amount of time.
Stretching his eyebrow and his pulling his eye.
It was hurting him. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this week. And I messed up again. Thank you guys for
Stop
joining us.
overthinking it and just say it.
I do this, okay? Thank you guys for joining us this week, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.